1 minute to go. Okay, Ma'am Kathy, it's 5 p.m.
Yes,
Ano,
you can start
let's
now.
start. Okay. A
Okay.
okay. A pleasant good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to another exciting, interesting, and relevant webinar from the Association of Women Surgeons of the Philippines, a subspecialty organization of the Philippine College of Surgeons. I'm and our topic for today, we have a very popular guest, the sexy Chef Barney Alejandro. You'll get to know her more later. And our topic is No Time to Wait, Fast and Healthy Meal Preparations for Busy People. I'm Dr. Ida Marie Lim, Board of Director of AWSP, and I'll be the host. But before we start, we'll have we'll have some of our we- okay, let's call on Dr. Maria Concepcion Visagas, trustee of the Association of Women Surgeons of the Philippines, board secretary of the Philippine College of Surgeons, and of the Philippine College of Surgeons Foundation, to lead us in the invocation, and this will be followed by the Philippine National Anthem and the PCS hymn. Dr. Visagas?
Let us put ourselves in the presence of God. God Almighty, we glorify and we thank you. Your presence amongst us reminds us of your faithfulness and guidance. We thank you for gathering us today in an atmosphere of learning. We thank you that despite the current health crisis besets our country, learning continues. Grant your blessings to our speaker, Chef Barney. Bless her with a clear mind as she delivers this afternoon's talk on healthy food preparations. May she serve as an inspiration to all as she discusses methods on how to create good and nutritious food. We ask you to bless all our participants. May they learn from this activity and translate all lessons to healthy meals for their loved ones. We ask too for your blessings to all those who are not able to have proper nourishment. We ask that they be given help to meet their daily sustenance. And after this seminar, may you continue to bless us all and keep us safe and healthy. Amen.
Amen.
skill to give a helping hand. We'll strive to serve without regard of color, creed, or station. We shall seek to broaden knowledge, each discovery will share as a tribute to their life and for the good of all mankind. Let us dedicate ourselves to life as surgeons of the land. We are fellows of BCS, we've a pledge on which we stand to give our talent, time, and skill, to give a helping hand. We'll strive to serve without regard of color, creed, or station. We shall seek to broaden knowledge, each discovery will share as a tribute to their life and for the good of all mankind. Let us dedicate ourselves to life as surgeons of the land.
Thank you, Dr. Besagas. Just a few reminders. Throughout the webinar, you may type your comments, suggestions, and questions in the chat box with your complete name for proper acknowledgement. Okay, and also, we will have a raffle towards the end, so please stay with us. And we have wonderful prizes. This one is the Wonder Max nutritional extractor. This is a revolutionary new way of extracting nutrients from food. It rotates over 15,000 RPM, 60,000 cuts per minute, so that you get all the nutrients from the fruits and vegetables that your body need. It makes the food easily absorbed by the body and better than ordinary blenders and juicers. It can make delicious drinks on the go anytime, anywhere. And it is also dishwasher safe, making it simple to clean. Okay, so I hope you'll stay and one of you will be the lucky winner of this Wonder Max. And we also have other exciting prizes. Okay. The thermal bag and
Yes, Kim.
the wheat some the wheat straw cutlery. Okay, so I would like to introduce next to give the welcome remarks our President of the Philippine College of Surgeons and Chairman of the Board of the Philippine College of Surgeons Foundation, our beloved Dr. Antonio Sai.
Good afternoon to the officers and members of the Association of Women Surgeons of the Philippines. I'm always amazed by your splendid ideas. That's why I'm always present. Even the theme is always well thought of. I notice in the titles of your past and current webinars, you always use words that sound alike, that will surely capture the interest of everyone. No time to wait. I'm sure the reason why you use puns in your title is to check whether we, men, are paying attention to what women say. Women always fond of making men think. But what I'm more worried with this subtitle of your team, fast and healthy meal preparation for the busy people. I hope that by fast, our sexy chef Barney is referring to easy meal preparation, and not the other meaning of fast, which means asking me to refrain from eating. That is not easy for most of us, especially me. Congratulations in advance for a very successful webinar. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Dr. Sai. Thank you for gracing our activity this afternoon. Okay, to give a message also, we'll have our sexy president of AWSP, Dr. Anita Tarektekan. She's a general surgeon and member also of the Committee on Membership of the PCS. Let's all give a warm welcome to Dr. Anita Tarektekan.
Our Philippine College of Surgeons President, Dr. Antonio Sai, our guest speaker for this webinar, Chef Barney Alejandro, who will be properly introduced a little later. Our sponsor, the ADP Pharma, care of Ma'am Cathy Carpio. Thank you very much for your support and your partnership in this webinar. Our Association of Women Surgeons of the Philippines Board of Trustees and members, colleagues, friends, and all participants in the different social media platforms, in the Zoom, live streamed in AWSP Facebook and Doquity, and of course, our AWSP YouTube. Good afternoon to all of you. Last year, our AWSP webinars tackled on healthy physical activities like dancing the COVID blues away, exercise, and Zumba the COVID blues away. Today, we are complementing those healthy physical activities with topics on healthy foods and how to prepare them. So let us all relax, enjoy, learn from today's delicious way of eating healthy foods. Maaari po kayong magtanong sa ating maganda at butihing chef. Just post your question in the chat, Q&A at saka chat box. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalo. We are now in sexy pink.
Thank you, Dr. Tarektekan.
Thank you.
And to introduce our speaker, another sexy and healthy officer, trustee of AWSP, also the newly appointed chief of medical professional staff, or I think medical director already, no? Medical Center Chief of Rizal Memorial Medical Center, and PCS Manila Cancer Registry Consultant. Let's all welcome Dr. Maria Rica Lumage.
Blessed afternoon to all. The Philippine College of Surgeons, together with the Association of Women Surgeons of the Philippines, welcomes you to this webinar entitled No Time to Wait, Fast and Healthy Meal Preparations for Busy People. I am delighted to introduce to you our featured chef, who is the co-owner of the Sexy Chef, which is Manila's top diet food and healthy meal delivery service. Chef Barney designs the recipes for the Sexy Chef's healthy diet plans and the healthy meal packages. She writes for the Rappler and the food column Eat Clean, Be Sexy for Yahoo Philippines, and contributes articles to health and wellness magazines, including the monthly food column Healthy Plates for Appetite magazine. She is also the co-author of the best-selling The Sexy Chef Cookbook, Eat Clean Love Cookbook, and 21 Days to a Sexier You Cookbook Plus Weight Loss Plan. She has been featured as a consultant chef on one of the most popular weight loss TV reality show in the Philippines, as well as on-camera chef for the Sexy Chef cooking show. She is also the winner of the Rappler.com and PLDT SMEs Be the Boss Awards 2016 for e-commerce. Let's put our hands together and listen to Chef Barney Alejandro.
Hi there, everybody. This is Rachel Alejandro, singer, actress, and one of the co-founders of The Sexy Chef. We've been supporting the healthy lifestyles of Manila residents since 2004 with our healthy meal deliveries. I want to thank ADP Pharma for choosing us, specifically my sister, Chef Barney Alejandro, for conducting this webinar for all of you today. And of course, a special hello and thank you so much to the members of the Association of Women Surgeons of the Philippines. You are our frontliner heroes. What a lot of people, I guess, don't talk about enough is the importance of weight management in protecting ourselves against sickness, hospitalization, and death due to COVID-19. And so today's webinar is very, very relevant. So stay tuned, and I leave you in the capable hands of my sister, Chef Barney Alejandro. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chef Barney Alejandro from The Sexy Chef. For those of you who haven't heard of The Sexy Chef before, it's a health food delivery service that I co-own with my sister, the beautiful Rachel Alejandro. Since 2004, we've been helping our clients lose weight the healthy way. But aside from delivering our diet meal plans, we also offer frozen food meals that is fortified with malunggay, which I will explain later why. And we also have family-style food trays, sugar-free and low-carb desserts such as ice cream and pastries. And we also offer packed meals for virtual events such as this, and also virtual birthday parties. Okay, so one of the most common questions that we get from our clients is what kind of diet is the right one for me. So basically, the most popular diets right now are the calorie-controlled meal plan, the ketogenic diet, which is moderate in protein and high fat, and extremely low in calories, a plant-based diet, which means animal products are not allowed, or a high-protein and low-carb meal plan. But before I expound on this, our resident nutritionist, Miss Stephanie Dorosan, is going to do a raffle.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. So I'm Stephanie Dorosan. I'm one of the in-house nutritionists of The Sexy Chef. And this afternoon, I'll be assisting Chef Barney Alejandro all throughout her talk. And it was mentioned a while ago already. So we want this to be a fun and interactive webinar. So there are some health facts and trivia. So as we want you to stay with us all throughout the presentation. And we will be inserting some questions during the discussions, and the winner will get the following prizes. Okay, so it's a thermal bag from The Sexy Chef and an eco-friendly set of utensils, also from The Sexy Chef. So watch out for the questions later. So Chef Barney will continue with her discussion now.
Okay, thank you, Steph. Okay, so basically the answer, what is the right diet plan for me, or what should I be eating? The answer is, unless you have a diet meal provider, it may be really unfeasible or unrealistic to count your own calories or compute macros on your own. So you should also stick to a meal plan that you really enjoy eating, that you're most likely to enjoy. So for example, if you're a meat eater, I don't think a plant-based meal plan should be right for you, unless you have high cholesterol, because you need to eat a lot of vegetables in order to lower your cholesterol levels. And at the same time, if you do have high cholesterol, then we don't recommend that you enroll yourself in the ketogenic diet meal plan. So all our bodies are different, and we respond to diets differently. It's very important to listen to our bodies and see how it reacts to the diet that you're doing. So if it doesn't feel good, like something is off, like nalalagas yung buhok mo, or you're not having, like, you feel like you don't have enough energy, or that your skin is breaking out, your body really signals to you if you're not eating right. So it's your body is telling you that something is wrong. For me personally, I'm on an 80% plant-based diet, but it's not really, it's more of a lifestyle. I'm 80% plant-based, but I also incorporate some eggs and seafood because I do work out. So there's no such thing kasi as a one size fits all talaga. So I just listen to my body. If I feel like I need more protein, I incorporate tofu and legumes. So it's not just, meat that are, high in iron and also high in protein. There's also a lot of plant-based options as well. So I'm actually 44 years old. I started the Sexy Chef when I was 27 years old. So the Sexy Chef is 18 years and counting. And we're so blessed to still be open during the pandemic. And so, for the past over 20 years, I've really maintained a healthy weight. I'm 5'3", I am 108 pounds. And, the best part about it is that I really don't get sick. So I know that my diet is working well for me. So, this kind of eating works well for me. But of course, what if a plant-based diet works for me, it may not work for you. So when it comes to weight loss, it's really not a one size fits all. So you really have to get to know your body. Okay, so why is it important to maintain a healthy weight? Of course, most of us, is it for vanity? Is it just para, so I can be sexy? But it's really more than that. Studies have shown that excess belly fat can increase your chances of heart disease, heart attacks, high blood pressure, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and also cancer. According to Dr. Francine Kaufman of Prevention, a woman whose waist circumference or waistline that exceeds 35 inches is at higher risk of health problems. And for men naman, the magic number is 40 inches. Now that our hospitals, as you know, as being doctors, are at full capacity due to the pandemic, there's no better time than now to start eating healthy and exercising. We all know that eating junk food and fast food is bad for us, diba? We all know that. So what should we be eating instead? Okay, so meet the belly fat fighting nutrients. Okay, because a lot of people, when they think that they want to lose weight, you right away, hindi na ako magfa-fast food, hindi na ako magra-rice, ganon, di ba? Maglo-low carb na ako. But usually, instead of removing certain food groups from your diet, the focus should be more about what you should be eating that promotes weight loss. So meet the belly fat fighting 4 nutrients, which are fiber, calcium, vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, so let me discuss the fat-fighting nutrient number 1, which is fiber. So fiber creates a sense of fullness. Mas nakakabusog siya. So you don't overeat at your next meal. It lowers bad cholesterol and it improves blood sugar levels. It promotes regularity and elimination and minimizes constipation. So how do you include more fiber into your diet? It's actually very simple. You should just eat more vegetables, and you can replace your white rice with adlay, brown rice, or red rice. So, adlay, I'm not sure if you've heard of adlay before, but it is a superfood. It's from Bukidnon. It's a local product that we grow here, and it's very soft and it tastes exactly like white rice. My daughter, who is my worst customer, okay, she hates everything healthy, but she eats adlay with all her meals. It's low in the glycemic index, so meaning it doesn't make your blood sugar spike up as fast as white rice. And it's a high source of dietary fiber, calcium, iron, potassium, and magnesium. So this small but yet significant change, it's all about the substitutions that you will make. You can start slow, okay? But adlay is a little more expensive than regular white rice, but you can just think of it as an investment because you will actually save more money from not getting sick. Okay. So for the fat-fighting nutrient 2 and 3, that's calcium and vitamin D. the combination of calcium and vitamin D isn't just for stronger bones and teeth. Diba? It appears to also boost metabolism. It can prompt our bodies to burn fat more efficiently. And you know what? So why are they partners? Why do they need to work hand in hand? Our bodies can't use calcium without vitamin D. And vitamin D allows our bodies to absorb more calcium. So where do we get these nutrients from? So we can get it from yogurt, which you can easily buy from the supermarket. It also contains probiotics. You can find it in eggs. So for breakfast, you can have scrambled eggs or omelette, which is a good source of vitamin D. And the most surprising one is malunggay. This is the one that really blew my mind. The Sexy Chef has a whole line of frozen meals and a diet plan that contains malunggay because of its myriad of health benefits. I even finely chop it and include it into my meatballs and burger patties and even stir fry it into my fried rice. And of course, I can add it to my soups like munggo or tinola, or even green smoothies. Wherever I can find a chance to incorporate malunggay, I put it in. Why? Okay, this humble and affordable vegetable is called a superfood for good reason. It contains 17 times more calcium than milk, 4 times more protein than milk, 7 times more vitamin C than oranges, which is so important right now to boost immunity levels, 10 times more vitamin A than carrots, 9 times more protein than yogurt, and 15 times more protein than bananas, and 25 times more iron than spinach. And the best part about it, it's affordable and it's something that you can just grow in your own backyard. Okay, so for the fourth one, the fat-fighting nutrient 4, it's called the omega-3 fatty acids. So omega-3 fatty acids, so it's a kind of fat. When we think about it, I want to lose weight. I should go on a low-fat diet. We have this misconception that all fats are bad for us, but that's not true. Actually, there are a lot of sources of healthy fats. Okay, so a healthy fat is one of them is the omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, so where do we get this? We can get it from walnuts, almonds. You can add that. You can eat it as a snack. You can also have tofu. You can also buy chia seeds. You can add it to your cereal or oatmeal. You can put it in your green smoothie. Medyo, it's a little pricey, but a little goes a long way. Because actually, when you compare the quantity of omega-3 fatty acids, like chia seeds compared to salmon, chia seeds actually contain more omega-3s than salmon gram per gram. So, you look at this food and you're saying, oh, medyo mahal. But of course, tofu is quite affordable. And if you want a cheaper version of salmon or a more affordable way to get omega-3 fatty acids into your diet, you can also use canola oil for cooking. And you can also get omega-3 from eating tuna and mackerel. And the best part about it is that studies have shown that people that incorporate omega-3 fatty acids into their diets have smaller waistlines than those who don't. So I think we have another trivia.
Yes, Chef Barney. So this one is brought to you by Brexen, a celecoxib capsule. So are you guys ready? Okay, so it's actually only a very simple question. So true or false, Miss Kathy will be the one in charge on checking who wins this game. Okay, so the question is here. So just type down if it's true or false. So for people with arthritis, health authorities like the American Heart Association and the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics recommend 3 to 4 ounces of fish twice a week. Arthritis experts claim more is better. So you can type in your answers now. And let me just check. Okay. Miss Kathy, let me know if there's a winner na.
Yeah, actually there is na.
Okay.
The first one who answered, actually the answer is true.
Yes, the answer is true.
Yeah, it's Dr. Esther Sagil.
Okay, congratulations, Doctora. So, oh, wait, let me just- so as Chef Barney was discussing earlier, she was discussing about omega-3 fatty acids. So this statement is actually true, and there have been studies, especially from arthritis experts, that patients who incorporate more omega-3s in their diet actually has lower levels of inflammatory proteins. And you can get this from fish like salmon, tuna, other sources, or canola oils, olive oils are also good sources of omega-3s. And if there's a chance that you don't really like fish, they actually recommend taking fish supplements, so fish oil supplements to increase your omega-3s intake. So that's it.
And
So
then, Miss Steph, I also learned also because I had a demo a few days ago, and I taught this BPO how to create a green smoothie. And I also realized that a good source of omega-3 fatty acids don't always have to come from fish. It can also come from romaine lettuce. So I was very surprised about that as well. So it's a plant-based source of omega-3 fatty acids.
okay, so thanks, Chef Barney. And Miss Kathy, you'll just message the owner, the winner na lang later.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so
Thanks, Steph.
okay, thank you. For the next one, Chef Barney will continue with the discussion.
Okay, so this one, for me, it's the most, how do you say, ito yung pinaka-good news of our webinar today. Okay, so for those of you who love eating rice, the good news is rice is not the enemy. You just have to practice portion control. So according to celebrity nutritionist Miss Nadine Tenko of The Biggest Loser, okay, she's the celebrity, she's our nutritionist actually. She's our head nutritionist. We work with her. And we were the ones that came up with the diet plan for The Biggest Loser contestants to lose weight. So one of the things that we really had to concentrate on is for the contestants to lose belly fat. And of course, one thing that we notice is that Filipinos really have a tendency to indulge in a lot of rice, di ba? Ang Pinoy mahilig talagang kumain ng kanin. Kahit konting ulam lang, basta may gravy at saka may kanin, okay na yon, di ba? So anyway, the good news is there's a way, there's a hack that we can do to basically balance your portions, and it's a good way to it's a good solution for the overconsumption of rice and the underconsumption of veggies. So basically, according to Miss Nadine Tenko, if you want to lose belly fat and you want to lose weight, the recommended serving of rice in a day is only half a cup. For me, parang nakakaawa naman, di ba? I can't imagine. Tingnan mo naman yung picture on the right. That's actually half a cup of rice. Imagine eating that with your sinigang, with your tinola, or with your munggo. Parang nakakalungkot, di ba? So, Miss Nadine came up with a way of giving rice a 1 cup illusion. Okay, so on the right side, we have half a cup of white rice. And on the left side of the picture, it's called our half cup veggie rice. So what's the difference? Actually, the only difference is that they actually both contain half a cup of rice. The one on the left, we just use brown, but it also contains only half a cup of rice. But why does it look so much bigger? Because I stir-fried half a cup of vegetables with the rice. So parang gumagawa ka ng fried rice. So what did I put in it? You can add sayote, green peas, carrots, You can put sitaw or green beans or any vegetables that you have left over in the ref. Ayan. Okay. So what about beverages? Okay, what are you supposed to drink? Okay, so choose low-calorie beverages such as lemon water, coconut water. For me, I love buko juice because it helps curb the appetite. It also helps boost the metabolism. And it's also very hydrating. It's actually known as nature's Gatorade. Okay, so instead of buying a bottle sports drink, which is high in sodium, you might as well just drink buko juice. And of course, green smoothies. Green smoothies are a great way to incorporate vegetables into your diet. Also, unsweetened coffee or tea. And I think most of you know that we should be avoiding soda, milk tea, which is the Filipino favorite with extra pearls and boba, frappuccino, and alcohol. So of course, especially now during the pandemic, di ba, medyo, a lot of us have started, medyo tumataas ang alcoholism nowadays. But of course, alcohol, if you drink 1 to 2 glasses of wine a day, that should be okay. But please be reminded that, if you consume too much alcohol, it contains a lot of sugar, and it's also, of course, really bad for your liver. And it also prevents the weight loss. It promotes the storage of belly fat. Okay, so don't drink your calories. Frappuccinos and milk tea may contain up to 500 calories. So, just one drink can be, the same amount of calories as one meal. So if you're wondering why you're not losing weight, even though you're eating healthy, you may be sabotaging your diet with sneaky calories from high sugar beverages. So, okay, moving on. A few months ago, because of course during the pandemic, I'm a homeschooling mom. I have an 8-year-old child. A few months ago, I was supervising my daughter's science class, and her teacher was discussing the healthy way to eat. And I was very surprised that she introduced I call it the ancient food pyramid. I was really shocked. And kasi pakialamera talaga ako. I try not to make pakialam, but of course, when it comes to health, I really had to write to her teacher. And I told her in a nice way that this way of eating is completely outdated. So of course, I'm going to reintroduce Ms. Steph Dorosan to you to explain why this food pyramid should no longer be applied.
Hi everyone. So, as you can see on your screen, I know all of us are familiar with the food pyramid. So, the food pyramid has been mainly used by health authorities since the 90s. So, it actually evolved already, but we thought that this is the best eating guide that we can follow. Okay, so as you can see in the food pyramid on the right side of your screen, it still gives emphasis on high intake of carbs or grains. So the diet is still focused on consuming more carbs, and then followed by fruits and veggies, your protein sources, and then the fats and oils, or the added sugar in your diet. So if you're not familiar with the food pyramid, let's say you don't have really a background in terms of how to read a food pyramid, this is very confusing because you don't have there's a great chance that you're not familiar kung ilan ang isang serving ng milk, ilan ang isang serving ng rice, if hindi talaga sa'yo ma-explain properly kung ano yung food pyramid, and then kung ano yung equivalent ng isang serving for each food group in this eating guide. So well, as as scientists have discovered na the food pyramid, it focuses more on carbs. Scientists have the ones who made the food pyramid, they actually disregarded the fact that scientists have very minimal the scientists have very minimal background proof or very minimal background or proof that having a more carb diet is actually beneficial for a person. And at the same time, it also disregards the fact na, for example, the fats and oils, as mentioned a while ago, there are healthy fats and it's necessary to incorporate them also in your diet because it's, you know, essential to your health also. And good thing is the food and nutrition research here in the Philippines, they actually came up with a virtual tool guide. They call it Pinggang Pinoy, which is the healthy plate. So you will see it on the left side of your screen. And this is the one that Chef Barney, the team from the Sexy Chef, is actually promoting because it's very easy to follow. So that's it.
Okay. So let me explain what the healthy plate is. So basically, the quest to improve the American diet has a new icon. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for First Lady Michelle Obama and Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack, who unveiled the My Plate icon. So the My Plate replaced the food pyramid image as a tool to help Americans make healthier food choices. And of course, the Pinggang Pinoy is also it's also the same. Okay, the goal is to get people to think about building a healthy plate instead at meal times. So it makes eating so much easier, diba? Eating healthy so much easier. When you look at the right and you look at the left, nakakagulo talaga yung nasa right. So basically, to summarize it, vegetables make up the largest portion of the plate, which is 40%, followed by grains, which is 30%. Fruits make up 10% of the plate, and proteins make up 20%. But of course, when you think about percentages, pati ako naguguluhan na rin, di ba? I mean, we don't have a weighing scale and we don't compute these things on a daily basis. So to summarize it, basically, fruits and vegetables fill up half of your plate, whereas proteins and grains fill up the other half. So small amounts of dairy in a glass of milk or cup of yogurt is incorporated in the diet. So I was very thankful that my daughter's teacher was able to incorporate what a healthy plate looks like the following day. So as you can see talaga, the one on the left is so much simpler. You know, you just basically learn how to build a healthy plate. Okay, so you know, you learn about all of these mga micronutrients, and it may sound very confusing and a little bit complicated. So let's just talk about, you know, what should you be eating in a day to be healthy. So of course, we start with breakfast. So I recommend eating oatmeal. So that's very easy to prepare. You can just buy it from the supermarket. But instead of buying instant oats, I recommend that you buy rolled oats or old-fashioned oats, which you can slowly cook in milk. And you can add your natural sweeteners such as coconut sugar. I like to add a lot of oats into my diet because it's very high in fiber. It also keeps you feeling full for a long period of time so you don't overeat during lunch. And then with your oatmeal, it doesn't have to be boring. You can add walnuts or almonds, cashews for that omega-3 fatty acids boost. You can also add some raisins or cranberries to give it a natural sweetness. So, you know, and then of course you can add your milk, which contains the calcium and vitamin D. So with just the oatmeal alone, you already have all the fat fighting for nutrients. But I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, Chef, hindi naman ako pwedeng kumain ng oatmeal every day. You know, so of course, another thing that you can eat is eggs. If you don't have a high cholesterol cholesterol, you can always check with your nutritionist if it's okay, how many times you can have eggs in a week, if you should include the yolks or if you should eat the egg whites. But for me, since I don't really have a problem, I really love eating hard-boiled eggs. I will have 2 pieces and then I will eat it with saba. I pan fry saba with a little bit of olive oil, and then I season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. So it's so easy to prepare. Sometimes I also make scrambled eggs with vegetables. So I saute a little bit of garlic and onion, and then I add some kung ano pang vegetables I have left over in the ref. I just saute it with the scrambled eggs, or I also make an omelette. So if I'm on a low carb diet, I have a tendency to just eat the eggs. But of course, if you want it, to pair it with whole grain bread, that would be good also. Or you can also eat it with half a cup of brown rice or half a cup of adlay. So for lunch naman, okay, so what should you be eating for lunch? So this is something that we serve at the Sexy Chef. This is a chicken and mushroom salpicao with vegetable rice extension. So I suggest mga about 100 grams, or what we discussed about a while ago, about 8 ounces of lean meat. For this one, we use the chicken breast, which I sauteed with I used olive oil. I sauteed it with a lot of garlic, which is immune boosting. I added some mushrooms, which is a good source of vitamin D. And then I paired it with a rice extension. And of course, you can stir fry it with malunggay to make it more nutrient dense. But what else? What else can you have for lunch? Hindi naman kailangan social, di ba? Filipinos have a way of overlooking that we have a lot of Filipino food that is already healthy. Like for example, ang tinola, diba? That's boiled chicken. So what you can do is replace the other parts with maybe the leaner, maybe the chicken breast, pero dapat may bone, which is the bone in. So mas malasa yung tinola. Cook it with a lot of ginger. Ginger is also immune boosting as well. Tsaka nagpapasarap talaga ng tinola yan. It also helps flatten the tummy because it's anti-bloating. I like to also add a little bit of tanglad, lemongrass to my tinola. And then, of course, I add as much malunggay as I want. Another one is sinigang. Sinigang is also very healthy. Ang tendency lang talaga for all of these Filipino dishes is the overconsumption of rice. So as long as you eat more vegetables than rice, then you're already on the right track. Okay, so let's go to snacks. What should you have as a snack? Okay, so I recommend granola because it's very easy to make. You can just Google the recipe. I also have it in the Sexy Chef, one of the Sexy Chef cookbooks. It's also something that you can easily find in the supermarket. So granola basically consists of oats, nuts, and raisins. So with the nuts, it contains the healthy fat, so it gives you that feeling of fullness, the omega-3 fatty acids. Of course, the oats has the fiber, and then the raisins or cranberries or whatever dried fruit that you add to your granola gives you a natural energy boost. So you don't have to add a lot of sugar. Just the sugars from dried fruit will already boost your energy levels, especially when you experience a slump in the middle of the day. Okay, so for dinner, okay, so instead of the usual pork sisig, you can substitute the pork with bangus sisig, or you can use a can of tuna. And you can just saute it with bell peppers. Bell peppers contain a lot of vitamin C. It contains more vitamin C than oranges as well. So as you can see, I incorporated some red and green bell peppers in there. A lot of garlic, and then onion, and then I put just a little bit of soy sauce. And for me, you can also eat it, of course, with some rice, half a cup of rice. You can also eat it with a rice extension, like the one I taught a while ago. But for me, I find that not eating rice anymore or any grains before I go to bed or for dinner, I wake up with a flatter tummy the next day. But that's just me. So it's really up to you if you want to do a low carb dinner or not. Okay, so for dessert naman, life is really not worth living without our dessert, diba? Ako talaga, I'm a real fan of halo-halo. So I like to treat myself with dessert once in a while. Healthy eating doesn't mean that it has to be deprivation. It doesn't mean that you can't eat dessert for the rest of your life. You can, it's just all about having your favorite dessert once a week. Just don't eat it every day because it's very high in sugar. Like, for example, what are our favorites, like ice cream, diba? How do you make ice cream healthier? Unless you own an ice cream machine and you can use, healthier ingredients, that's kind of hard. So another thing that you can do is you can freeze some fruits, like strawberries or bananas, or you can even find frozen fruits from the local supermarket, and you just blend it. As long as you have a high-speed blender, you freeze the fruits and then you put it in the blender, and then you add a little bit of coconut milk, a little bit of liquid, and then you blend it, and it becomes this very smooth and creamy consistency, and then you sweeten it with coconut sugar, and it becomes a sorbet. So that's my version of a healthy ice cream, by using frozen fruits. But of course, if you don't have a high-speed blender at home, you can also just buy some dark chocolate from the supermarket. So for dessert, you can just have a piece of dark chocolate. It's a good source of antioxidants, fiber, and it may lower blood pressure. There's considerable evidence that cocoa can provide powerful health benefits, being especially protective against heart disease. Of course, this doesn't mean you should go all out and eat the entire bar. Remember that portion is still key. And so just maybe have a square or two after dinner and really savor them, di ba? Pag kumakain tayo, let's not eat very fast, because it takes a while for your brain to signal to your stomach that it's full. So if you're going to eat dessert, just, eat it slowly and enjoy it. If you're going to have a slice of cake, that's another tip of mine. Let's say may birthday party, di ba? Someone is, during the quarantine, someone is always sending you yung mga donuts and cakes. Another way that you can cut the calories is that you share it with a loved one. So let's say a slice of cake, you cut that in half and you share it with somebody else instead of eating the full portion. Okay, so also be aware that if you are going to buy chocolate from the supermarket, not all brands are healthy. So try to choose a brand, look at the label at the back, and see which chocolate brand has 70% cocoa content in it. So now that we're done discussing what you should be eating in a day, so basically, eating a healthy diet is very important during the COVID-19 pandemic. What we eat and drink can affect our body's ability to prevent, fight, and recover from infections. While no foods or dietary supplements can prevent or cure COVID-19 infection, healthy diets are important for supporting immune systems. So research has shown that about 170 minutes of exercise per week may prevent severe COVID and hospitalization. This doesn't mean that if you exercise a lot, that you're not going to contract COVID-19. It just means that you have a better chance of, even if you get it, that you won't get the severe kind and you won't be hospitalized. So there's no better time than to start eating healthy now. And of course, when it comes to exercising, choose an activity that is sustainable for you. As you can see on the picture on the left, Rachel prefers to work out in a gym. She actually lives in New York. And there in New York, the situation is a lot better. So the gyms are now open. So what really inspires her is when she has a trainer that really pushes her. Ako naman, I prefer to exercise on my own. I prefer to do online yoga classes and bar classes with light weights. So it really depends what you enjoy. I actually tried HIIT, yung with a lot of burpees, jump rope. I've tried also, ano nga yun, yung spinning classes, and I really almost died. Talagang hindi ko kaya. So, it's not something, I did it once and I just didn't see myself doing it again. So I'm not gonna force myself, diba? So, you just try to, what I do is I practice something that is enjoyable for me so I can do it for a long time. So it's really a healthy lifestyle. Hindi yung nag-exercise ka lang for a week tapos after na hindi ka na nag-exercise. So basically, I work out about 1 hour 4 times a week. So I definitely reach my 170 minutes in a week. But of course, especially for you who are very busy, doctors are very, very busy. You don't have to work out naman 1 hour in a day. You can spread that out. You can even just walk for 30 minutes in a day for like 5 to 6 times a week. And that's, you just have to keep moving. Next slide.
Okay. I think Miss Kathy.
Yes.
Hi, Miss Kathy. Do we continue now with the health facts and trivia, and then after the Q&A na lang?
Maybe let's do that na lang.
Okay. Okay. So for this one, this is the next health facts and trivia question. So for this one, it's brought to you by Sinoflux, but from ciprofloxacin. Okay. So just type in your answer again later. Okay. So which of the following statements is not true if you have urinary tract infection or UTI? So here are the statements. So A, you have to eat probiotics like plain Greek yogurt and fermented food such as sauerkraut and pickles. They contain good bacteria that can help keep the bad bacteria at bay. B, do drink a lot of water even if you're not thirsty. This will help flush out the bacteria. C, once you're prescribed with an antibiotic, take the entire course. Don't stop even if you feel better. Or D, none. So you can type in your answers now and Miss Kathy will check. Okay.
Actually, we have a winner na.
We have a winner now.
Yeah, ang
Mas
bilis.
matagal yung pagbabasa ko ng statement, nakapagsagot na sila. Okay.
Correct.
So,
Actually,
who's the winner, Miss Kathy?
yeah, the answer there is letter D.
Yes.
Our winner is Miss Sharon Jane Galagnara.
Okay, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Miss Sharon. And
Miss Sharon, can you just type your address sa chat box so I can we can send you the prize?
okay, congratulations, Miss Sharon. And Chef Barney will have her closing remarks lang because that's the end of her discussion.
Okay, so there you have it. I hope you were able to take away useful, healthy eating tips from today's webinar. I hope that you stay healthy and strong during this pandemic. And I'd like to thank the Philippine College of Surgeons together with the Association of Women Surgeons, and of course, in partnership with ADP Pharma. So thank you so much. It's been such an honor to give a webinar for all of you today. So I'm open to taking any questions if you have any.
Okay. Thank you, Chef Barney, for that very interesting educational lecture. We learned a lot. And to host or to be the moderator for the open forum, I would like to call on our Vice President, Dr. Esther Sagil.
Good afternoon, everyone. Chef Barney, thank you so much. It was so great to listen to you. Iba,
Oh, thank you.
iba talaga kapag hindi doktor na nagsasabi, mas naniniwala kami. Saka, it shows in your body na talagang
Thank you
ka
so
naka-healthy
much.
lifestyle ka.
Thank you so much po.
We have quite a number of questions here and they're very interesting. Marami ang nagtatanong about the rice, carb,
Yes.
particularly rice. You did not even talk about bread, ha?
Mm-mm,
And other
mm-mm.
grains. Particularly about rice, natatakot sila, they're very hesitant and very scared about restricting rice to less than a cup per day. How do you feel or how would you suggest that we go about it apart from yung pandaraya with the extensions?
Well, definitely, you can always substitute it, gradually, diba? Kasi we love white rice talaga. Just try to do maybe, kunyari, you want to eat 2 cups of rice a day. Kung sanay naman kayo, you can just do a gradual na, maybe after 1 week, medyo 3-4 cup of rice. Tapos after that, half cup. But of course, this is only recommended if you are trying to lose weight. Or if you do, if for women, if your waistline is above 35 inches, and if you're a man and your waistline is above 40 inches, this 1 cup of rice a day is only recommended if you do have a lot of excess belly fat. Other than that, you can have 1 cup of rice a day. Pero of course, as much as possible, I do recommend na you replace it with brown rice or adlay. Definitely yung adlay, wala talagang difference except for the price. Pero yun nga, like I said, it's really worth it because of the health benefits. And another thing that you can do, if you want to save money, you can also do half and half. Kunyari, half cup adlay, and then you mix it with half cup of white rice. And you can also combine brown and white so that you can slowly change your eating habits. Hindi naman siya kailangan yung biglaan kaagad.
Oh, ganun ha, dahan-dahan lang daw para hindi
Oo.
mabigla. Mas madali kasi bumalik sa dati kapag binigla mo no?
Yes,
But,
of course.
But there's a question here about, na-mention pa pangalan ni Angel Locsin and the 800 calorie a day diet. What
Oo.
can you say about that?
For me, that's too low, definitely. The lowest that we have is 1,200 calories. And before our nutritionists recommend, definitely it depends on your height, your weight, and also your energy expenditure. So if you're working out, so imagine you're only consuming 800 calories, what's going to happen is that your body will go on starvation mode. So your body has a tendency, ginugutom mo ko. So ang mangyayari is the opposite. You're actually not going to lose weight, but your body is going to start to store fat in order to survive. So maybe in the beginning, you'll start to lose weight, but you'll feel a lot of bad side effects. Like I said, you'll start to have falling hair, you'll start to get bad skin. Of course, you'll have maybe some kind of memory loss. The 800 calories is definitely too low. Steph, would you have something to say? Are you in agreement with me?
Yes. Well, actually, 800 calories is very low. And for us nutritionist, Chef Barney mentioned it. It really depends. The caloric intake depends on height, different factors. So height and weight profile, nagwo-workout ka ba? Do you have any medical conditions? You have to take into account all those factors kasi. So with Miss Angel Locsin, kasi she has her own nutritionist then. So we don't really know her medical background entirely. So ayun. So but for a normal person talaga, 800 calorie is very low.
Yeah, very low.
I've mentioned it to some of my friends asked me also kung ano yung thoughts ko about it. I said na just thinking about having 800 calories lang for the day, it makes me sad na kasi sobrang konti nun.
Parang lang yun, 2
ayun.
meals a day lang yun,
2
di ba,
meals,
Steph?
yeah.
Oo,
Almost
oo.
2 meals a day lang siya.
Mm.
And yeah, so usually pag gano'n naman, very low calorie intake, first few weeks, of course, it's effective kasi you lose a lot of water weight.
Oo.
But then,
It's not fat, water siya.
It's not fat. So it's just water weight. So maglo-lose ka talaga, but then in the near future, for sure, magpa-plateau ka rin. Eh. So,
Bilis din.
pag tendency,
And then-
mag-over ka ulit.
Exactly. And then when you go back to the way that you used to eat, doble yung i-gain mo.
Yes,
no.
yes.
Oh no.
It rebounds kasi.
Oo, yes.
Yung sinasabi nilang yo-yo diet. So,
Yeah, oo. Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
but I noticed in your talk, no, that you did not mention much about number of calories. Parang you
Ah.
don't want us to
yeah.
focus on calorie numbers, no?
Mm-mm-mm.
For
Oo.
that one kasi, Doc, it really depends for each person. So, a lot of factors must be taken into account before you can say na, okay, 1,200 calories ka, 1,500 or more. So, medyo mahirap siyang i-discuss like to a general audience kasi iba-iba yung needs ng tao.
Yes, and I also believe that calories are not created equal. Diba?
Yeah.
Like I said, a meal that could have the half cup of adlay and a lean source of protein and some vegetables can be the same amount of calories as a frappuccino. Pero saan ka
Yes.
mabubusog? Diba? It's really more of the meal. So that's why we try to avoid counting calories because even at home, it's very difficult. You're gonna keep Googling. You have to have like an app, di ba? That na ikaw yung magko-compute, di ba? I mean, our weighing scales are not all the same. Kunyari, medyo hindi maayos yung yung weighing scale mo right away, you don't know it already added an additional 60 calories, so you already exceeded. So, or even like kunyari natapunan ng konting oil, 1 teaspoon of oil, Steph, is what, 60 calories already? So
Yeah, around 45
ayun, mga
calories.
45 to
9 times
60
5,
calories. So yun nga, parang natapunan ng konting oil right away, you're wala na. So that's why we try as much as possible to follow the healthy plate instead, so that it's a lot easier. And unless nga you are planning to enroll talaga in a diet food provider where the nutritionist really weighs and counts the calories for you.
Oh, there are a couple of questions about intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet. Kasi yan yung naging in last, I think 2019 in yung IF at saka yung ketogenic. What do you have to say about that?
I think according to our nutritionist, Ms. Nadine Tenko, the intermittent fasting, it works better for men compared to women. And for me, it doesn't work for me kasi I don't like to starve myself. I'm a busy single working mom, so it's really not the kind of lifestyle I want, na parang I'm going to deprive myself and then later on, I'm just going to binge. Kasi when you're starving, and then you don't plan your meals, you have a tendency to reach for something that's unhealthy kasi gutom ka na eh. You're starving already, so you try, sige, I'll just order from Grab, I'm just gonna order this or whatever you find na lang in the refrigerator because you're starving. So that's my personal thoughts on that. But of course, it works for some people. For some people, they really lose weight from that. So that's why I really emphasize that, there's no such thing as a one size fits all. It really depends on the person, your lifestyle, and how your body responds to it. What about you, Steph? What are your thoughts on it?
For intermittent fasting, same with you, Chef Barney. For some people, it works talaga. But I usually advise, let's say, if you're gonna do an intermittent fasting, because the usual time for that is 16 hours of
16,
fasting and then 8 hours of continuous consumption. So I always recommend that yung 8 hours na kakain ka, make sure that your food intake is still healthy. Kasi there are some na, I've met a lot of clients wherein they say, okay, I'm doing intermittent fasting, but when I check their food intake during those 8 hours, very unhealthy yung food, yung type ng food na tinitake nila. So they might lose weight, but then syempre if you consume a lot of, let's say, very unhealthy foods, yung health mo in the future
Will suffer.
Yeah.
Oo.
So there's a great chance na magkakaroon ka ng medical condition in the future. But yun nga, there for some people, intermittent fasting really works then for them. But I recommend na yung 8 hours or kung yung time na kumakain sila, it's still best to consume foods that are, healthy, full of vitamins and minerals. So, ayan. So, para at least, ano siya,
Makes up
it's
for
a
it.
it's a win-win situation. Kasi,
Mm.
syempre, you're doing fasting na. Tas, dapat yung intake mo talaga is healthy pa rin.
I just have a question about, nag-stick sa akin yung about yung comments mo about waistline and males and females. But there are a lot of people walking around who have relatively normal body weights, but the waistline is not normal. Okay. What are your tips about how to, normalize those weights or at least get them back closer to normal, to acceptable levels?
Well, yun yung sinasabi natin na parang, 'di ba, yung skinny fat, 'di ba? It's like they're thin pero parang yung mga dad bod, 'di ba? So sometimes, the reason why you have a big belly is because you consume a lot of alcohol, you consume a lot of beer, you consume too much rice, too much carbohydrates. So it's basically just balancing it out. Definitely, there are some foods that you can really eat to flatten the tummy, like the ones that I showed you, the fat fighting for nutrients. And of course, there are a lot of, let's say, for example, turmeric, ginger, tanglad. Those are the spices that you can include in your diet because it helps reduce bloating. Kasi when you're bloated, it can add up to 3 inches around your waistline. So by incorporating like all of these healthy spices, or even like drinking lemon water every day, like when you first wake up in the morning, that's one of the things that you can do to help fight belly fat.
Parang lilipad from the shelves ng turmeric, ha? There's a question, Steph, it's directed at you. Yung views mo daw
yes.
on the ketogenic diet, high fat and moderate
Okay.
protein.
Okay, so medyo difficult question siya.
Oo nga eh.
For ketogenic diet kasi, it's basically high fat and very low in carbs. My opinion with that is almost the same as intermittent fasting. So it works for some people, and then we usually recommend na don't do it for such a long time then. Kasi of course, high fat pa rin siyang diet. But then there are some kasi na when they do the keto diet, the type of fats that they're eating are, yung unhealthy fats. So tinatawag natin siyang unhealthy fats. And you can do ketogenic diet kasi in a healthier way. So you have to incorporate healthy fats and oils while doing that. So
Yes.
same with IF, some clients some people talaga, it really works for them. And usually ketogenic diet, it's done when you're you're physically active talaga. Kasi that's your way of burning it eh. So
To convert the fat into energy. But like for example, the Sexy Chef, we do offer it, but we tell our clients to stay on it for about 2 weeks at the
Yes.
most, and then to take a break. And yun nga, the fats have to come from different sources. So it's not all from chicharon. Kasi pag sinabi mo keto, all right, talagang bacon to the max and chicharon, di ba? Liempo and everything. But no, the fats have to come from different things, such as nuts. It can come from animal fats also, as well as seafood, di ba? So oils, healthy oils. So dairy as well. So it can come from cheese, it can come from yogurt. Hindi pwedeng one source lang. It has to come from different sources. So you can get nutrients from the different food groups.
Para wala rin sawa factor.
Yes.
Walang sawa factor, May isa akong tanong sa inyo. Bakit okay maging vegetarian pero hindi okay maging fruitarian?
Ay.
Plant naman sila pareho.
Kasi fruits is
Fruits are
it's high in sugar.
The sugar,
Oo.
Bawal talaga yung sugar,
And it
Although
doesn't
it's,
have the...
go ahead, Chef.
Go ahead,
Marnie.
Ono. Go ahead.
Okay.
This is your
Although
turf.
For fruits kasi, it has, different vitamins and minerals. But we have to keep in mind na it's also carb and medyo mataas siya sa sugar. That's why, for example, you're diabetic, as much as possible, if you will consume fruits, yung tamang amount lang talaga. So, para hindi mag-spike up yung blood sugar levels mo after consumption. So, ayan. While for veggies naman, it's the same, it's carbs also, pero very low in calories kasi wala masyadong sugar. And same with fruits, rich in vitamins and minerals also.
May
But it doesn't
nagtatanong,
contain the fat and the protein,
Yes.
'di ba? It only
Oo
has the
eh.
fiber and the
Yes.
'di ba, the
Oo.
vitamins. So hindi pa rin siya
Kulang pa
balanced.
din.
Mm.
Oh. May nagtatanong dito, paano daw magiging mas healthy ang adobo?
Okay. So, for ang adobo, of course, ang sarap ng adobo, may
Oo
skin,
eh.
'di ba? Yung adobo cut talaga and ipiprito mo muna, 'di ba? You fry it so you get the oils to come out. My lola's adobo is the best. But of course, medyo malungkot if you want to make a healthy adobo, but you can use chicken breast. Chicken breast is a leaner cut. So you can sear that, yung chicken, bone-in chicken breast. And then, just portion control, stick to the 8 ounces of the meat. And then, yun nga, lagyan mo ng maraming gulay, and then you balance it with a healthy carbohydrates, then it's okay. Actually, I prefer chicken adobo just prepared the normal way compared to eating spam or hot dogs, yung mga canned goods. Kasi adobo is still freshly made. It's still freshly cooked or using real wholesome ingredients.
Oo, hindi tayo pwede mabuhay lalo pag nasa abroad tayo kung walang adobo.
Oo. Actually,
Di ba?
all over the world, they have their own
Oo.
version, 'di ba, of adobo.
Oo, importante yun. How about quinoa? May nagtatanong naman about quinoa kasi we have red and brown rice. Uy, ba't ganun ang lasa kasi ng brown rice? Pag
Oo.
sinasabaw mo yung sinigang mo ay nilaga mo, parang hindi pumapasok, hindi na-absorb ng rice yung lasa, di
Yes,
ba?
oo. Kasi
So,
yung brown rice, malakas yung taste. And there's a grittiness to it. Medyo magaspang siya. So may ano talaga, if it's sinigang, my solution is adlay. It's really
adlay is
adlay.
better. I've
Adlay
never tried
talaga.
adlay eh. Okay.
It's really eksakto lang talaga. And of course, yung quinoa, it's so expensive. I'd rather use adlay kasi it's a lot more it's a lot cheaper, but it does contain as almost as many health benefits as quinoa. And quinoa is from South America. It's a superfood from South America. So, it's better to support our local farmers and just use adlay instead. So pag sinigang, or if you want, kung gusto niyo ng white rice with your sinigang, you can mix your half cup of rice into your soup para hindi niyo masyadong nakikita kung gaano kakonte, sumama ang loob niyo. And then, eat a lot of the kangkong, 'di ba? Damihan niyo yung kangkong in your soup, 'di ba? So just more veggies than the grains when you're eating your sinigang.
The way I'm listening, pa iniisip mo yung sarili mo, yung bata na niloloko mo to eat your vegetables. Parang ginagawa mo sa sarili mo.
Yes, no, it's true, it's true. Oo.
So, meron namang tanong, how about ano bang mga take mo about eating sugar-free food? Kasi di ba ang dami parang di mo alam kung niloloko ka, but sugar-free ice cream, sugar-free dessert, sugar-free cakes. Would you be recommending those?
Well, it really depends. For example, we use sugar substitutes in our ketogenic diet. We use stevia, which is more all natural. We also use isomalt, but it has to be sparingly because it's a sugar alcohol. So it can disrupt the digestive system. It has a tendency to give you loose bowel syndrome. It actually, you have to really eat it in moderation lang talaga. So I recommend stevia. I think it's the most all natural. And also coconut sugar. It's not sugar free, but coconut sugar is low, more on the lower in the glycemic index.
GI.
Oo, yes.
Okay. Ayun, may nagtatanong na about the type of rice. Kasi ang dami nga naman bago. Hindi pwede yung malagkit eh. Ba't hindi kasama yung malagkit dito?
Actually, for brown,
rice pa.
Yung brown rice, we use I'm not endorsing it pero I tried to use other brands. Yung Japonica, Doña Elena
yeah.
Japonica, it's
Yeah.
the best one kasi it's the softest out of all of the brown rice brands.
Sa mga nakikita ko sa mga nagda-diet, good me, ang pinakamahirap talaga is to start it, no? To commit to the diet, no? Yung lagi namin
Yes.
sinasabi, if you haven't, kung hindi ka, bumigay ka ng 3 araw, walang mangyayari sa'yo. Pero kailangan pag naka 2 weeks ka na, medyo it becomes smooth sailing after that. So, I think malaking bagay talaga yung behavioral modification, yung expectations mo of self. I mean,
Yes, it's a lifestyle kasi, Doc.
You have to prepare yourself mentally.
Yes.
You have to set a goal. It's not just physical, but also your mental. It's your desire, actually. How strong is your desire to be healthier? It all really starts in the mind talaga to reach your goals.
You know the problem with some families? Di ba may mga families na mahilig magluto at kumain sama-sama? No?
Yes, of course.
So kapag nakakita ka ng mga pamilya, lahat sila malaki. No? Parang ang excuse sorry, masarap magluto mommy ko, masarap magluto ate ko. Hindi ba ganun? Well, what would you recommend that we do para medyo break away ka? Kasi hindi naman, you have to think of your health. And if they don't want to, you try to, but nagkakaroon ng animosity. I've seen families na nag-aaway because ayaw mong pakain sa akin ito. Nagkakaroon sila, nagiging stressor ang meal time. What would you recommend for those kinds of home environments?
Well, definitely, you can't force anyone. Like if they're not ready to make a change, just like any addiction, whether it's cigarettes or alcohol or food is also an addiction, actually. So you really cannot force anyone when they're not ready to make a change. Kasi the only person that you can change is really yourself. So what you can do when you're in that family is to set a good example. So like example, with my daughter, her dad's American, so she's used to seeing him na burgers and fries and ganyan. Pero she sees me that I eat a certain way, and she sees me that I work out also. So nakikita ko na I want to do this also. So I think with families, you start with yourself first. So you set a good example, and then pag nakikita ng maiinggit, di ba? Uy, ang sexy mo naman, di ba? Or they see a change in you. You know that you're a lot healthier, you're feeling better, you're in a better mood, you're more energetic, then your family will follow and start, what have you been doing? Di ba? Ganyan. And of course, pag kainan na, salo-salo na, you can just practice portion control talaga. You can like before attending an event, or well, now we're not really attending a lot of parties, pero before, when we would attend parties, I would recommend my clients, like before you attend the party, just eat something, eat something light, maybe like a cup of soup before you attend the buffet, so that medyo busog ka na. So when you're already there, you're not gonna go and go binge, di ba? So parang ganon.
Bigla ko na doon sa buffet. The word buffet just got to me. Yan lang ang pumasok.
Yeah.
But a lot of our medical residents and even some doctors, ang treat to self after a stressful day is a tall glass of milk tea or a frappuccino. No? And then when you look at the calories, OMG, di ba?
Oo, sneaky talaga siya. That's the one that really ruins your diet. Kasi parang you don't think it's a drink. Parang you don't think na you're gonna gain weight from it. But actually soda and those milk teas are the number one reason why people get diabetes. And it's also like soda also, mga soft drinks, very high in sodium rin siya. So you really have to siguro treat yourself once a week. Kahit once a week lang. Wag naman araw-araw. Tsaka di ba yung mga super size?
Yung gano'n ganyan kalaki. May mga comments, masarap daw ang rice ng Upland sa Baguio. And iba daw lasa doon. Tapos do you know anything about shirataki rice?
Oh, yes. Okay. So, ang shirataki rice, I have, it depends. There are two kinds kasi. There's one that is it's the wet. You see it when you go to, kunyari, a health food store, or it's packaged in a plastic container, tapos it's in liquid. it has a smell. So when you open it, amoy mo pa lang, it smells like parang fishy. So you really have to wash it. It's actually healthy naman for you, but it's just that you have to really get rid of that fishy smell. And then yun nga, you boil it and then you have to pan fry it pa so that all the liquid will evaporate. So it's kind of hard to prepare, and hindi talaga siya, I wouldn't say that it's a good rice substitute kasi alam mo pa rin eh. You can still tell that it's not the real thing, you know? So because of the smell rin, oo. And then what I do recommend, kaya lang medyo mahal, is the dry. It's called the dry shirataki rice. It's called the skinny rice. Yun ang talagang, there's no smell whatsoever. It's you just boil it in water and then you just saute it in a dry pan until all the liquid evaporates. You boil it for 10 minutes. Tapos after, drain mo siya and then you pan fry it until nag-evaporate lahat ng water and it tastes exactly like white rice. So yung mas recommend ko yung dry skinny rice, pero mahal siya. It's like 175 pesos for 2 servings.
Lang?
So,
Kanin pa lang yun, wala pang ulam yun.
wala pa. So yun, pangmayaman siya.
Pangmayaman siya.
Oo.
Pwede ba raw araw-araw ang Quaker oatmeal? At nakapag-substitute sa rice. Yeah, anything that you have to do over and over again can be nakakasawa.
And it's also not healthy kasi you should be getting your nutrients from a variety of food. Diba? The more colorful your food, the healthier it is. So kunwari, it works for you, boiled chicken and broccoli every single day, diba? After a while, it works for you, but after a while, you will reach a plateau. Also, you will reach a plateau kasi it will stop working. You have to change things up, and you really, in order to get all the nutrition your body needs, it has to come from different sources. And you have to think about yung mga different colors. Yung mga eggplant or the purple, tapos yung red, the bell pepper, ganyan. So, kailangan mag-incorporate ka ng iba-ibang sources.
Totoo yun yung kailangan yung mga colors, the colorful fruits and fruits and vegetables. They have yung mga antioxidants are there.
Yes, like strawberries, diba? The red, it's actually the violet cabbage. It's actually the purple color that has the cancer-fighting, diba, properties. So yun nga, parang sinasabi nila na eat the rainbow.
Rainbow dap. Iba lang, maraming rainbow ngayon. Maraming ibig sabihin ng rainbow ngayon.
Oo.
Meron kanina nagdi-discussion about alcohol. You never mentioned anything about alcohol. But what is your take on... Ang Pilipino naman hindi masyado ma-alcohol, mostly beer kapag sa
beer
men.
Talaga.
Pero what is your take on alcohol in the diet?
I think naman that that's something na, of course, actually after a very stressful day. Actually, I mentioned it a while ago, especially during COVID. Alcoholism really, the numbers really went up. A lot of people kasi they get depressed and then they drink. And of course, alcohol really contains a lot of sugar. And of course, it's really bad for the liver, di ba? Magkakaroon ka, ng cirrhosis and all that stuff. So, I think my recommended is 1 to 2 glasses at the most a day, if you can. Kasi mamaya yung 1 to 2 glasses, mamaya ganito kalaki yung baso mo. Isang fish bowl, di ba? So, you really have to portion it talaga na 1 to 2 glasses a day and don't drink the entire bottle. So if you have a tendency na you don't know when to stop, my suggestion is to just avoid it altogether.
Avoid na lang together.
Kasi some people, especially during the pandemic, mahirap talaga to stop at a certain amount.
Korean novela enthusiast. So apparently yun ang kanyang major pastime nitong pandemic has been to eat noodles. Mga bacho and everything. We all know how high the sodium. But is there a way that you can make it healthier?
Well, sa Sexy Chef, what we do, meron ring shirataki noodles, pero yun nga, it's a bit little expensive. What you can do also is half noodles, and then you can grate sayote. Tapos parang when you get the box grater with the big holes,
Tapos you
Ayan.
grate the sayote. Tapos magiging parang noodles rin siya. So
Oo.
parang magiging half noodles, half sayote
So,
noodles.
extension again.
Extension again.
Extension.
Oo. Tapos pag may budget, pwedeng zucchini, di ba? Zucchini noodles.
Sarap.
Pero pag ano lang, pag may budget. But if not, sayote is also anti-bloating, anti-inflammatory. So that's a good way. Extension rin.
Sarap ano. Oo, meron may tanong about taste fatigue when you are shifting to the healthy food diet. Is there a way or ako kasi natuto akong gumamit ng mga spices. Sabi kasi sa akin, lagyan mo lang kung ano-ano spices. But how would you how would you try to combat taste fatigue?
Definitely, I agree with you. You try to wake up your palate by using a lot of spices, a lot of herbs. Kaya lang tayong mga Pinoy, that's not how we eat eh. Di ba? Hindi tayo sanay. Not
Toyo
like
patis.
Exactly. Oo, not like the Thais, 'di ba? The Thais, they really combine the sweet, the salty, the parang yung tart, parang may balance of flavors and then may mga wansoy, 'di ba? They like very flavorful food. Pero just try to incorporate it slowly and eventually yun talaga yung pampalasa. You can add calamansi juice, yun, just marinate it in healthier ingredients so that magiging, healthy food doesn't really have to taste bland at all. Basta you're more creative about it. You use substitutions like, kunyari, instead of soy sauce, kung medyo mataas na yung sodium levels mo, you can use coco aminos, which is a local product made of coconut. Mas mababa yung sodium levels nun. So there, yun, just healthy substitutions.
Ang sabi ng father ko nun, small portions daw, pero gandahan mo. Parang like the Japanese do. Visual.
Parang bento.
Oo. Gawin mo visual, parang kahit konti lang siya, parang gandang kakanaw na sa kinakain mo.
Pero yun nga, parang people have nga that misconception na healthy food is not mahal or it's foreign. But yun nga, yung sinasabi ko na munggo, di ba? Munggo is so healthy. Oo. I even make parang a twist na gumagawa ako ng munggo laksa. It's like a Malaysian, pero I use munggo pa rin so that mura pa rin siya. I don't have to use lentils or yung mga imported ingredients. So yun, like ginataang langka with shrimp, laing. Ang dami nating talagang sobrang yung underrated siya that we think that it's not healthy but it's actually really good and affordable.
Wait, there's a very relevant question here. Di ba alam yun, yung COVID and those who lose their taste, apparently there are some people, yung long COVID, who have lost their taste even after the... is there any suggestion how they can improve or at least enjoy eating again?
Ayan, Steph, this is for you.
I think there's no way for that kasi it's really a symptom of COVID-19. So talagang based from studies naman, it's really part of the symptoms na may encounter ng patients. But I'm not so sure kung paano siya.
Hindi talaga siya parang
kasi talaga siya
babalik until talagang bumalik na talaga siya. There's really nothing you can do
kasi
na maibalik.
I've encountered patients who lost their sense of taste because of COVID-19. For mild cases, it really happens, let's say, for a few days. Some of them siguro mga 3 to 4 days wala talaga silang panlasa. So they try to hydrate themselves na lang kasi syempre kapag walang lasa yung food minsan parang hindi kayang matake. Wala kang gana. So usually they hydrate themselves and then after 3 to 4 days kasi nawawala rin yung symptoms, especially for mild cases talaga. So for yung extreme cases naman, I'm not so familiar pero more or less medyo they have this sometimes they do IV na for their food intake. So ayun.
Incheck daw bulalo.
So it's really
bulalo daw.
Bulalo soup. Kasi medyo talaga siya talagang kumbaga, since symptoms siya nung COVID-19, lilipas lang din talaga siya after a few days. So, pag once na nagre-recover ka na.
There's a very nice question here. It's pareho ko tong taong to. Si Mari Andaya. They want to eat, they like eating with sausage. Yung ayaw mo ng dry food, ang hirap lunukin. No? But you know, the available is gravy and ketchup and Mang Tomas. Are there other meron ba kayo mga knacks for putting more sauces, making your food more easier, no? No, more palatable with the sauces?
Well, for Sexy Chef, no, it depends. Of course, when you're in a restaurant, try to avoid yung mga creamy sauces nga. But of course, we love our gravy. So you can always make your own gravy at home. Also, you can, kasi it's like more of a roux. You just put a little flour. You can add coconut butter or coconut oil instead of butter. Tapos you can pour your broth, di ba? Yung parang naglaga ka ng chicken or beef. And that's what you can use to make your own gravy. And then you can add a little cocoa aminos or a little bit of soy sauce to create a healthier gravy na it doesn't contain a lot of fat. So you don't have to add parang cream of mushroom soup, di ba? Normally, we use cream of mushroom soup or parang Nestle, yun nga, parang mga all-purpose cream. You don't have to do that. You can also add parang low-fat milk, parang you just stir it. But yun nga, you have to create a roux, which is basically the flour, kunyari 2 tablespoons of flour, and fat. It has to be flour and fat. So that fat can be olive oil. It can also be coconut oil to create your own gravy. And of course, the healthy sauces is marinara, di ba? Yung tomato base. Ayan. So anything, olive oil, lots of, yun, garlic talaga for me. Anything with garlic, kahit bad breath ako, okay lang sa akin.
Ayaw na Amerikano ng garlic, di ba?
Oo, parang di nila mag-get na parang, why do you have to make gisa everything? Parang di ba yung lahat, di ba, you start gisa talaga. It's always
nababahuan sila sa atin.
Oo, naamoy na nila. But yeah, anything tomato-based, maybe like a toyo mansi type of thing, you know, those are the more, maybe teriyaki, like a teriyaki sauce. Although sometimes teriyaki sauce has a tendency to be high in sugar, but you can make your own, like we make it with coconut sugar. So yun, pwedeng coconut sugar yung sweetener na gagamitin for the teriyaki sauce.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot about the coconut sugar. I have not tried coconut sugar actually.
It's so good. It's so good kasi it's good with coffee. It tastes like caramel. Parang parang, and it does contain certain nutrients, some vitamins and minerals na kasi ang sugar talagang wala. It's completely processed. So the coconut sugar, it could help support our local farmers as well. And we use it for baking. So parang 1:1 lang talaga yung ano niya.
Sasama ko na siya sa VCO for COVID. Meron bang katotohanan ang blood type and diet? Yung foods?
Personally, I'm not a believer of that because it tends to eliminate too many food groups. Yung parang sometimes, to be honest, no, I get like our nutritionists, kasi we have nutritionists in Sexy Chef, so we have 3 in-house nutritionists, and then they give me yung mga chef, let's create a plan for this patient. Nakita ko yung list, talagang ilang pages. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Hangin na lang ang matitira. Diba? Parang talagang they removed everything. So I was like, that's kind of parang it's too restrictive. And ako, I'm not a fan. But of course, for some people, it may work. But for me, I'm not a fan. What about you, Steph? What do you think about it?
Well, there are some patients kasi na they really try to follow it. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with like the intolerance testing, food intolerance testing. It's very popular now. So
and it's so mahal, diba?
It's so mahal. It's so expensive. So basically, you have a list of food intolerances that you have to, let's say, remove from your diet. But then it's not all throughout your life naman na kailangan i-remove na siya. Kasi if I'm not mistaken, the food intolerance test, it changes kasi. it changes after a few months when you do the test again. There's a possibility na the food list will change kasi it depends on
Okay.
your food intake na. Well, for me then, it's very restrictive. Tapos, I think kasi you only have to remove a certain food item from your diet if, let's say, you're allergic to it or
If you
you're
have IBS or something, di ba?
you're,
Or,
you're,
Oo.
you're, you have a medical condition na talagang hindi ka pwede kumain ng certain food. So,
But also, it's not sustainable in the
Yes.
long run kasi nga, you can't prepare it on your own. I
It's
mean, you
very
can't
difficult.
rely, I mean, the Sexy Chef, of course, is more than happy to prepare it for you. But then, you also have to think long term.
Long
Diba?
term,
How long can you afford it? Diba? We can only jumpstart your diet for you. But
Yeah.
towards the end, you should learn how to prepare your own meal. So if it's something that you can't prepare on your own, parang it's not something doable. Parang you just wasted your time kung hindi mo naman uumpisahan mo and then you're not going to finish it o continue.
Parang ang nakuha ko dito, well, one is, tama nga, sustainable. So, hindi lang pala fast and healthy. Dapat happy din ang meal time mo.
Yes,
No?
you have
Dapat
to
it should
enjoy
be-
it. You have
Oo.
to
Hindi
enjoy.
ka dapat malungkot pag kumakain. Thank you so much for answering our questions and the questions of our listeners. I think ang daming interesado. No? We like to hear from you. So, back to Ida. Thank you so much, Barney, Chef Barney and Steph, for answering all our questions to our satisfaction.
Yes, thank you also, Doctora Esther. You're such a good host. Pwede ka sa TV.
Natural.
Yes, very natural.
Ida.
Hello. Thank you. That was a very interesting discussion, from an interesting lecture to a very lively discussion with Dr. Sagil and with our guest, Chef Barney, and our nutritionist, Ma'am Steph. So next, we'll have Ma'am Cathy Carpio. This webinar will not be possible without the support of Ma'am Cathy Carpio. Let's hear from ADP Pharma.
Ayun. So, thank you. Ang hirap sundan, no? Yung discussion nila, Doktora. Sobrang hirap sundan. Thank you so much, no? Napaka-engaging nung discussion ni Chef Barney, ni Doktora S, at saka ni Miss Steph. Thank you so much for gracing this activity with your presence. Thank you din, Dr. Ida, and for all the doctors na audience, thank you for supporting this activity. Again, I am Cathy from ADP Pharma. Wait, I'm gonna fix my slide first for a while. Okay. So yon. So thank you so much, Chef Barney, Miss Steph, for gracing this event. Thank you so much, AWSP, led by Dr. Anita Tariktekan. Kami din po sa ADP Pharma, we advocate healthy lifestyle. So that's why we really support this kind of activity. It is our passion, kami sa ADP Pharma, it is our passion to enhance the state of health, the longevity and quality of life of every Filipino. So the company is anchored po on the ambition, drive at saka passion to deliver quality health and wellness products to our partners like you, pati din po sa aming sa ating mga consumers. And to satisfy this passion, we carry a wide range of specialty medicines in different therapeutic classes, in pediatrics, ENT, sa cardio, sa surgery, sa OB-gynecology, kasama din po ang herbal cosmeceutical products. So it is our desire to be one of the leaders in the pharma industry that provides reliable and high quality health and wellness products that meet your needs as well as the need of the consumers. So that's why kami po sa ADP, we really make sure that our products are really of premium quality. So our products are bioequivalent to the innovator brands, And our manufacturing partners are hindi lang po Philippine FDA approved, mapili po kami sa aming manufacturing partners. They are also US FDA approved, UK MHRA approved, at saka World Health Organization good manufacturing practice compliant. So we want our patients, we want your patients pala. So we want your patients to spend quality time with their loved ones. So we have good products for aches and pains. So because we want them to spend time with their loved ones and not just, stay in the corner, feel the pain. So we have very good pain relievers that address pain in every level or intensity. Or for you surgeons, we have products that can be part of your options in enhancing your patient's recovery after surgery. The same is true with our antibiotic, no? But for our pain products, we have Moxen, which is a meloxicam, 15 milligram. So this is good for mild to moderate pain, pwede po for preemptive analgesia or for chronic pain. And then we also have Brexen, which is a celecoxib capsule, 200 milligram. This is for moderate pain. This is also good as preemptive analgesia, pwede din po for post-op pain management. And then, of course, this is also effective for chronic pain like our osteoarthritis and our rheumatoid arthritis. And then lastly, we have Cetra. This is a combination of tramadol at saka paracetamol. It sets your patients free from pain. And the same is true with our antibiotics for infections. We have antibiotics that are really effective in arresting surgical site infections, upper and lower respiratory tract infections, intra-abdominal infections, UTI, even high-risk infections. So we have Coax. This is a co-amoxiclav, 625 milligram. We have Accet, which is available in powder for suspension form and then in 500 milligram tablet. And then we also have ciprofloxacin Sinoflox that stops infection in its tracks. So it's really good against UTI. And then lastly, we have Terlev, which is a levofloxacin 500 milligram tablet. And then last po, we have sodium fusidate, which is Sofinox. This is a topical antibiotic cream, but this one here is more advanced compared to other topical antibiotic because it does not just arrest the infection, it also promotes faster wound healing. So that's why it says there it heals fast. So Sofinox kasi is the world's first re-engineered sodium fusidate na merong kasamang heal fast formula. And then since re-engineered nga po siya, its particle size is ultra fine, so its diffusion rate is faster compared to other topical antibiotic. And it contains chitosan also, so hindi lang po sodium fusidate ang meron siya. It uses actually chitosan, which is a biopolymer as its cream base, so it promotes faster wound healing. Because of this characteristic of Sofinox, Sofinox helps your patients go back to their good quality of life faster by arresting skin infections and enhancing wound healing. Kasi nga, we want your patients to be up and running again, spending time with their family, and we want them to have good and healthy lifestyle because that is one of our advocacies. We want to encourage all of us to practice healthy lifestyle by eating healthy. Tulad ng sabi ni Chef kanina. Kaya this afternoon, Dr. Ida, tulad ng sinabi ni Dr. Ida kanina, we will be giving out one Wondermax nutritional extractor. So, Dr. Ida, sino kaya ang magiging lucky winner nito? We will give
the winner.
Okay. So we will give out one. This one would really help. Kung sino ang mananalo nito, no, would really help. Extract nutrition from vegetables, fruits and vegetables. So, Dr. Ida, magra-raffle tayo. Meron tayong raffle this afternoon. Ay, gabi na pala. So, Oo, paano nga ba natin pipiliin? Later, ay kanina, Doktora, when napaka-engaging yung discussion ni Doktora Chef, ni Steph, at saka ni Doktora S, yung ating IT guy actually, kinuha niya yung lahat ng names ng ating participants at nilagay niya sa isang wheel.
Yes.
Pwede ba naming makita yun, Sir Tolitz?
Can we show the lucky wheel?
So there, ang liliit na, no, Dr. Aida?
Oo nga,
But, oo, pero nandyan po lahat ng names niyo po. Matyagang inisa-isa ni Sir Tolitz yung mga names ng participants at nilagay natin sa wheel na yan.
Yes, sa side naman you can see the name.
Yes po. So, Dr. Ida, can we spin the wheel now?
How do I spin ba?
Okay. Bibigyan lang natin ng cue si Sir Tolitz to spin the wheel.
So let's spin the wheel.
Sir Tolitz, spin the wheel. Sino kaya ang ating lucky winner? Dr. Ida, kayo na po magbabasa?
Parang hindi ko mabasa.
Wala pa. Lalabas po.
Ayun. So the lucky winner, I hope she's still around, is Miss Nanette Laurente. Can you show?
Yes, can you please, Dr. Nanette Laurente, can you please acknowledge para makuha namin yung address? And nandito pa po ba si Dr. Nanette Laurente? Kasi kung wala pa Dr. Ida, kailangan nating
We'll have to choose another.
Other one.
Wala
na daw.
Sige. So
Okay.
Let's spin the wheel again. One more time.
Go, Sir Tolitz. Spin the wheel.
Our winner is Ma'am Joanne Canlas. Are you still around, Ma'am Joanne?
None.
None din. Okay.
Naku, wala rin.
Sayang, oo.
Isa pa.
Update the list na, no? Kasi kanina pa nagawa. So one more time, sir. Can we spin the wheel? Hindi niya na daw si Dr. Ragasa.
Dito ba daw siya? Si Dr. Ragasa nga kaya yan?
Hindi.
Si Doktor.
Andyan.
Here?
Yes.
So we have a winner. Congratulations, Dr. Manolette Roque. Can you acknowledge and open your video?
Or say in the chat box, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ma'am Cathy will just coordinate with Dr. Manolette, no?
Yeah, correct. That's
So
correct.
You can get the prize. Okay, so wala nang raffle, no? That's it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I think we come to the end of this very lively webinar. I would like to call back again our president, Dr. Anita Taragtecan, for the awarding of the certificates.
Hello again and good evening. Thank you very much for enlightening our menus. And the Association of Women Surgeons of the Philippines would like to give a simple certificate to our guest speaker and sponsor. And the certificate reads as Association of Women Surgeons of the Philippines, in partnership with the Philippine College of Surgeons, presents this award of appreciation to Chef Barney Alejandro for her invaluable participation as a speaker during the webinar on No Time to Wait, Fast and Healthy Meal Preparations for Busy People, given this 17th day of June 2021. Signed by our Board Secretary, Dr. Joy Grace G. Jerusalem, and the PCS President, Dr. Antonio Esay, and yours truly, President AWSP Anita C. Tariktekan. Thank you, Chef Barney.
Oh,
And
thank
we'd
you
like
so
also-
much.
Oo. So to
Oo.
follow na lang kay kay Ma'am Steph Dorosan yung aming certificate. No? So,
Okay.
Yes,
so
and
we'd like to
problem
give
po.
certificate
Oo.
of appreciation to our nutritionist. Thank you, Ma'am. And
Oo,
of course, to our sponsor, we'd like to present the certificate of appreciation to ADP Pharma Corporation for its invaluable support and partnership during this webinar on No Time to Wait, Fast and Healthy Meal Preparations for Busy People, given the 17th day of June 2021, signed by our Board Secretary, Dr. Joyce Grace Jerusalem, and PCS President, Dr. Antonio Esay, and yours truly, Anita C. Tariktekan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our
You're
sponsor.
welcome po.
And
Thank you. It's truly an honor for us from the Sexy Chef team. We'd like to thank you on behalf of my sister also, Rachel Alejandro. It's truly an honor po.
thank you very much also.
Okay. So to give our closing remarks, the treasurer of AWSP, practicing surgical oncologist, let's all welcome Dr. Bernice Navarro. Dr. Bernice.
My,
Wala na ba si Bernice?
No, her mic is not working daw.
Okay. Paano to? Yes? Would you like to give the closing
Yes,
remarks?
oo. I'm so sorry, but Bernice, hi, I'm back. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. No, my very special thanks to Barney and Steph.
Nakamute.
Dr. Esther, Dr. S, you're muted. Please open your microphone.
Okay, that's it. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. We had a very good attendance, no, Ida. I think it generated a lot of interest amongst our members and colleagues. So I would like to thank Chef Barney again and Steph for improving our knowledge, no, and letting us know that even if we are busy individuals, there is still no reason why we shouldn't be eating healthy and leading happy lives. So again, thank you very much. Have a very
Thank
pleasant
you.
evening.
Stay healthy and
Thank you so
strong.
For those who are still around, can you open your video? Let's have a group picture.
Yes.
Everybody. And Michelle, can you do the honors of ano?
Yes.
Thank you.
Smile. Okay. Yeah. Another one, ha? Smile lang. Okay, wait. Isa
Yeah,
pa.
Hi to your baby.
all participants, even those who are not officers, please open your video.
Oo. Yes. Okay. Lipat ko rin sa iba. Kasi hindi kasha. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night.
We had
Good
Thank you,
fun.
everyone. So
Thank
that
Learned a lot.
Very much.
Oh,
Thank you, thank you.
smoothie.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you
Nakunan
very
ba
much,
si
Chef
Dr.
and
Chai?
Steph.
Dr.
Yes.